Hey everyone, it's Josh Kepke, realtor with Vancouver Real Estate today at McDonald Realty. And happy Thanksgiving weekend, first of all. And I also want to apologize to you that I've been away for a little while. As you know, we have been thrown into a provincial election here in British Columbia, a snap election during the middle of a pandemic. And I have been asked to help out on the political side. So I've been busy managing a campaign for the past few weeks, and I'm going to continue to do so until the end of the election. That being said, I'm still active in my business, and in fact, just today, Friday, October 9th, we have subject removal on the townhome I have for sale in North Vancouver. That's 4001 Mount Seymour Parkway, number 305. So I'll be happy to announce that as a sold property, hopefully by the end of today. So that'll be great news. But we're looking in the rearview mirror at September, which was a ripping month in the real estate market. And I wanted to give you an update on what's been happening, because while there's great headlines in the media of 56% bump in year-over-year activity, there is a lot more beneath the headlines that I'd love to give you some insight on. Really a tale of two diverging markets. And while I usually like to give you a very polished presentation, or maybe not super polished, but polished enough, and deliver it right to you, today I'm gonna look down a lot and give you some notes off my computer here that I've got for you. So without further ado, let's get into the market and the month that was in September, and really see what's going on here before you go home or before you get together with family, friends, whether virtually or in person for Thanksgiving, and really think about what your life is going to look like going forward, as this last year has been so changing for all of us. So as I've said, 56 year over year increase in home sales, and that is huge. We haven't had a September like that in quite some time. But behind this buzz, we're seeing that single-family household market, the single-family house market sales were a whopping 76% up year over year, and that's the highest total for September in over a decade. It's incredible activity there. Inventory in the single-family market has collapsed in Greater Vancouver to a 6-year low. So not a lot of homes on the market for sale, and this has really forced the prices higher. We're looking at average prices up 13%, median prices up by 12%, and this flurry of activity has also shown up in the condo market, where the activity for the month of September was the highest in over 2 decades. Now, there's just one problem though for the condos, and you really got to look behind the initial numbers to see that the listings are piling up a lot more than the sales, and that's a problem for that market. The prices are inching lower, in fact, in the condo market. So while we're seeing the single-family the house market really strong, condos are kind of going the other way, and it's just a matter of like how long can these two markets go in opposite directions, because people selling their condos are the ones that want to move up into the houses, townhomes into houses, condos into townhomes. So you get it, they're move up families, and there's only so much fuel to add to that house market if you can only get so much for your condo or townhome. So how long can these two markets go apart is really what we're thinking about right now. So as I was saying, new listings 42% above the 10-year average for condos. Prices inching lower. Not a lot of investor activity. We're seeing a lot of investors, especially downtown, hit the sell button on their condos, and we don't really have a lot of international purchasers right now with COVID-19. And immigration's really down to a trickle right now because the borders are closed, right? That's not something that's happening right now. Though I will tell you, just this morning, I heard reports of a lot more folks coming over from Hong Kong on a refugee status, even escaping the political situation there in Hong Kong. So that's something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving, is that we live in Canada, such a relatively stable political country. Immigration's down. Students are doing university from home, so even international students is down. Canada just posted the second lowest nominal quarterly population growth since 1946. And so I'll stop short of making any predictions for the market, but say that really these two markets of condos and houses can't diverge forever. So let's just jump into it. Detached sales, like I said, 76% year over year. This is marking a 10-year high for house sales in September. The sales were 27% above the 10-year average. That's huge. We're looking at 1,322 sales, and then the closest to that was back in 2015 at 1,292, and we all remember what was happening 5 years ago. So while detached listings are up from last year, they're up 18%, they failed to keep pace with the demand. So as a result, inventory collapsed. Like I said, detached inventory, in fact, in September collapsed to a 15-year low in Greater Vancouver. So obviously it's pushing prices higher. Average sales price jumped 13%. We talked about that already. The benchmark is showing gains of 7.8%. That's the MLS HPI adjusted benchmark, which is a lagging indicator. So not perfect for mapping prices, but it's fair to say that detached prices are up minimum 5 to 10% since COVID started. It's hard to fathom the strength of this detached housing market continuing forever, just given the underlying economic fundamentals. And I'm hearing reports out in the Fraser Valley of prices starting to level off in places like Maple Ridge, Port Coquitlam. It could be the height of the market for houses out there, but can't give you any real predictions with the way the world is right now. But what it is safe to say is everyone seems to want more space, and they're spending more time at home, and therefore there's a herd of buyers chasing what little supply is currently left. Sense of fear of missing out, the FOMO in the detached market. What's interesting too is that these are really end users. I'm looking at a chart right now that shows the percentage of detached homes bought and sold within 24 months. That is the definition of a flip there. That's collapsed to just 3% of all the detached sales. And it was up at 13% in 2017. 2016 it was up at 14%. It's been lower for a few years now, and it's only 3% right now. Condo market, let's get into that. Condo sales, again, ripping to new highs in September, jumping 37% year over year from last year. And that's the highest monthly total in 2 decades. But if you're only looking at sales, you missed the forest for the trees, because unlike the detached housing market, new listings have more than kept up demand with demand. New listings ballooned to 44% from last year, hitting all-time records in September. We're looking at 3,256 condo listings as of September 2020, and generally we're sitting more closely around 2,400, 2,200 last year, 2,400 in 2018. So just an idea for you. Now, again, I think this is a combination of investors hitting the sell button and people looking to move out towards the suburbs for bigger spaces. So we're at a 6-year high for the month of September on the inventory there. Downward pressure on prices, as I was saying. And also got to factor in that the new condo completions are coming along quickly. There's a lot of new condo completions happening, and these are actually all-time highs. And there's a whole lot of units under construction still. So in other words, there's a lot of new condo supply still coming. It'll be very interesting to see what happens in the coming months. It's a stark contrast with the detached market, where single-family homes under construction now sits at the lowest levels we've seen since 2014. 14. Jumping back into the immigration talks, Canada's population has only grown by 0.1% in the last 3 months, ending since June. As expected, fewer immigrants are landing in Canada, and in the last 3 months ending in June, Canada's population has only grown by 0.1%. And that's a report from Statistics Canada, and this is the smallest one quarter increase in that data going back to World War II. It's the lowest number of newcomers received in the second quarter since 1986. The number of non-permanent residents, such as foreign workers and students, is down as well, declined by almost 25,000 in the second quarter. So obviously a headwind for the housing market, particularly in the rental market, right? Rental data is always a little choppy, according to rentals.ca. The average rent for all Canadian properties listed was down 7.6% annually. And anecdotally, here in Vancouver, property managers are reporting a softening of rental prices and higher vacancies as well. So while it's simple to just assume policymakers will ramp up immigration after the pandemic, if there's still really high levels of unemployment, the political appetite for ramping up immigration will probably remain pretty low. So it's an important development to watch with the between the economics and the immigration. These are really big factors that impact the Vancouver real estate market, especially at a time when condo completions are at really high levels right now for new condos. So a lot of people are wondering what's driving this booming market, and it's pretty simple. It's the availability of money. The Bank of Canada is just increasing liquidity, trying to hold up asset prices. It's really been shocking for anybody was trying to make real estate predictions a few months ago. Not even the real estate firms, which are prone and it's in their interest to make these really rosy reports, have been just blown away. It's been really incredible market. Everyone's competing for mortgage borrowers right now, and that's liquidity support's been provided by the Bank of Canada, which, we see their balance sheet has just it's just ballooned. So yeah, I think that's really all I can share with you today. We could get into actually maybe a couple of ideas on what's happening with prices and sales ratios, but maybe those are more, without boring it for everybody else's neighborhood. Why don't you get in touch with me directly, and I'll tell you exactly what's happening in your neighborhood and the type of product you're looking to either buy or sell, and really help you come up with a strategy to either buy that dream home if you're not living in your dream home right now, or to market your current property creatively and effectively. I think, sorry this was not the most polished of my market reports, but happy Thanksgiving to you. Do not forget to go out and vote. I would not be spending a full month of my time working in an election if it wasn't important. So go out, get out the vote. This is an unnecessary election, and we really need to think about who can lead this province forward towards economic recovery. So doesn't really, to me, it's not a concern of who you vote for, but it is important that you get out and vote and help decide the future of this province. So thanks for watching. I'm Josh Kepke, realtor with Vancouver Real Estate Today and McDonald Realty, and you can reach me at 604-313-9805. Follow me on Instagram at Josh Kepke, on Facebook, Vancouver Real Estate Today. And again, reach out if you have any questions on what's going on, and we can help you make some plans for the next season of your life. Bye for now.